So I guess that's this page.
Can you run it to?
Yeah,
Let me
I'm
see
running
what.
it
Yeah.
first to see where
Yeah.
we're at.
Okay.
Good job. I like this
Okay, so
gradient. Good.
I think we just okay, yeah. So we want the thing to be constantly blinking. We can set up like a basically a function that'll just constantly loop itself. And so to do that, we can set up a timer. So that variable and the type is I think it's just a timer. And then basically as soon as we start the page, we can like set up the timer. So we'll do like it should be the should be the second one. And so for the interval, wait, sorry. So normally, let me. Okay, so this is the most basic one, I guess. Sorry, give me a second. Time intervals, how often you want it to occur. So like every 1 second, an action will occur. So we'll do that for now. And then target will try to self. We can just ignore these for now. We just want to repeat to say true. And for selector, that's like the function that'll run every 1 second. So we'll define that right now. Just call it animate. And so in here, we should just test it for now, I guess. So in here, we'll do oops. Oh, oops. Has to be objective, say func. And then I think it should be, we'll see first if it works. So yeah, you see how this is constantly looping every second. So you just need
Yeah.
just these few lines of code to get the timer running. And it's safe practice to just have a function to like pause the timer. Just right now it doesn't matter, but like in the future, if you have too many timers running, it might cause issues. So just have a function ready to pause a timer in case you need it. So to pause a timer, we're going to create this can be called anywhere, so it doesn't have to be an Objective C function. And to pause it, we'll just call the object so loop timer. Validate. There we go. And so this will just basically reset everything, and then you can just call this again wherever you want to like restart the timer again. So really, you could do this. And so this way you could always just call this when you want to start the timer and call pause timer whenever you want to stop the timer. Okay, so that's the first thing. Next, let's see where it's at again. Here, so now we know that it's looping, so we can start basically animating it. To do that, yes, I don't really know. Sorry, I don't really know how we want it to look. Is it like pulsing? We can try this first. Uh, let's say we want it to grow big and then grow small. So we can do, I don't know what the thing is called. Give me a second. The tracking. Okay, so this is the most basic animation function. So this will just like animate changes that you make to like the UI. So it'll like edit, like kind of animate things if you decide to change the coordinates or size. So we can do this for now. And with duration is how long the animation takes. So like 0.5 is usually safe. And animations we can just get rid of. So it's like this, I believe. Okay. And so in here we can first test it. So let's do tracking dot frame dot size. Oh, so everything inside here needs to be a cell. So this is how you access like one individual element for a frame. So if you want the width, you need to do frame.size.width. If you do just frame.width, it could only return the value of width. So you need to type dot size until you get the actual number to modify. And let's do a bigger number and we can see if this works. Let's see what's wrong. Give me a second. Again, give me a second. Keep it correct. So I guess this isn't. Sorry, give me a second. I need to. Seems to have messed up something. Oh, sorry. I made the change. So we need to make sure we start the timer this time. I forgot we got rid of the original code. So just make sure you call start timer. There we go. And so now every second, the width is going by 20. So then now we can start getting more like specific with the stuff. So along with the width, we would need to change we want to make sure they're increasing the same since it's a circle. And then since it's increasing in width and height, it's going to be, as you saw, like moving across the right side of the screen. So we can change the X and Y position. So to do that, instead of size, it's origin. That just means like the starting X coordinate. And if it's increasing by 20, yeah, we want to subtract by half of it. So we're just testing stuff out for now. And right now, yeah, it's going to keep growing in size. So we need some logic to handle like what you would do to prevent it from going over a specific size. Right. And also, in addition, it's increasing. So we need to change the corner radius, which isn't an issue either. So it's just a little bit of math and experimentation with numbers. And so this one will also increase by 10. And okay, so now we have it. It's just constantly growing. So one way I would handle preventing it from just keep on growing like that would be to at the like before you start adjusting these, we can do two variables. These are just defined outside inside the class, outside the functions. So we'll just do like currently. And we'll make this a Boolean variable and make it true first because we want it to grow first. And we'll in here, we'll do if currently growing. And then otherwise we'll have it shrink. And so in the currently growing branch, and you see how I have to keep doing self when referencing variables. A way to shortcut that is just self in. This just basically tells you like everything you're using here will be like part of the class. So if we do self in, we don't need to do self anymore. It's just a lot simpler to type. Okay, so after we adjust the size in the currently growing, we need to check that it's within the bounds we want. So we can do like, we can just reference the width. So if is like, let's say greater than 30, then we'll set currently growing to false, equal to true. Oops. Okay. And so this way, next time it loops, currently growing will be true. So, oh wait, it'll be false. Sorry, false. So next time it loops, it'll go to the else branch. And so in here, this time we'll do the opposite of everything. So minus. And so at the end of checking, we'll check if it's less than its original frame. So that should be, oops, 36 is just too small. Do 80, and then this will be 20. And then here we'll flip it. Let's see how this looks first. So right now it's growing, and then see once it reaches a certain height, it reverses. And yeah, it's a bit choppy. So of course we can change this to like every 0.1 seconds and it should look smoother. See, so yeah, this is really basic, but you could always just keep messing around with the numbers. And like, if you want an after image, you could like create one under this that'll follow after it. So, I mean, I guess this is good for now for the bare bones. Okay, so we have the animation part done. Let me just do. So on top of this stuff, we also want it to be constantly moving around this box, I believe. So to do that, Give me 1 second, double check. Oh, we need the random function. So I guess first we want to make sure that it's moving in a position that's like inside these borders. So let's do, you know what? It might be better since this is looping every 0.1 seconds. That's too much for moving back and forth. So we'll create a separate timer. Let's just create a second timer. Just because you see how it's always looping. So if it's at 0.1, it's not even really good for tracking someone's eye. It's just going to be dashing everywhere. So we'll just create a second one. We could just start them at the same time. It's fine. No issue with copy pasting. We're just going to make minor modifications. And I'll just create a second. Oops. Create a second one. All that. Okay. Okay, so we have our second timer established. So in here, we're gonna first make sure we can get like the random coordinates. So in Swift, you can do random numbers with there we go. So iterate. It shouldn't be this. So it'll be between. So for now, we'll do 3 times. All right. So we're gonna generate two random numbers. We're gonna generate a random X and a random Y. And those need to be within the bounds of this border. So I need to look for that thing really quick. Here, I think it's a big frame. So, okay. Okay, we need the numbers for these. Give me a second. To get these numbers, we could always just do this. On startup, I'm just gonna print these numbers real quick. Or no, sorry, I'm all over the place. Let me access the these four. So to get these, let's try this first. So min X, this is the minimum X, so we'll try. Okay, yeah, so that works. And for max, oh, oops, min Y. Oops, got it backwards. Okay. And max Y will be this plus the width. So plus 350. You can simplify this if you want. I'm just leaving this so it's easier to see. And then min X will be this one. max x be this. So I got the numbers mixed up again. So x should be width, height should be, oh, well, it's the same thing. And then we don't need this anymore. Okay. So now we can generate a number. So we'll do random number x. So that'll be between the minimum. Ooh, okay, let me. There, that's the easier curve. Random number x will generate a random x value. So that x value has to be between the minimum and maximum x. So we just do. Right. And I guess we don't want it to be perfectly on the border. So for all of these, we can subtract like 5. Or for the minimum x, we add 5. Sorry. The minimums we add 5, the max we subtract 5. Okay, so that's our border. And then we just copy and paste this, change it to y, and then we get a random value for the y values. Okay. Okay, so once we have those, then we're basically set. No, we're not. Let me see. Set these to var. Oh no, it's fine. Yeah. Okay. And then we'll just animate again. So view.animate. So this one can be like 1 second. Oh, sorry. Timer point was 2. So we'll do 2. Spell. Okay. Okay. We'll just do this again. And so this is a lot easier. We'll just do tracking dot frame. Or oh no, tracking view dot frame dot origin dot x. We'll set that equal to and the number x. Set this to random number. Okay. Oops. Sorry. So these are cast as ints to the CG float. These can be let. So there. So we have something working, I guess. And yeah, so I know the sizes are too big. I'll send you this code later so you can review it if you need it. And just know you could always modify numbers I put down. These are just for a quick example.
Okay.
It's like going a little out. I can see that. Okay. Next, he said to set up the structures. So in Swift, one of the best ways to handle data is with a struct. So this is the struct model. So basically, this is just a class, but it's like a more specific purpose of just storing data. So let's say for your app, we want to store one user's data. So this is just a name. So this is, we'll say this is a user object. And basically that's user. So in a user, so in a struct, basically you want to define all the attributes you want for the name you assign it. So for the user, we'd give it attributes like, let's say name, and I guess we'll do, I guess they don't need age, right? There's a bunch of stuff you can do. So name, we'll do age, it's just anything you need. So later on, give me a second. Let me double check my stuff. Right, so this is mine. So basically in my user structure, oh, oops, I forgot. You always need these two. this just makes it so that we can connect it to the backend later on. And basically, see how all of mine are string, so it's better just leave it as a string for now. It's simpler for connecting to backend. And basically, you just list everything you need in your user data, and then in the end, you just type in it, and Swift will usually autocomplete for you. It should be the second one, and this will just you just need this at the end. So just type in it, and whenever you make a change, so let's say I want to add, I don't know, their email, then just delete this, type it again, it should autocomplete fill everything. So I guess, do you want to create the user structure now? Do you know what you need for your user based
When
on
you
your app?
instruction now, like,
Oh, so yeah, so basically a struct. This is struct as in structure. So it's just an object. It creates an object that you specify. So in this case, struct, we're creating one for the user. So in this user structure, we need to define all the bits of data we want it to hold. So in a user, like a person user, you would store data like their name, age, and email. So I was just wondering if you want to just list some of the stuff you want to include in your object here, your structure. Do you need me to explain further what a struct is?
yeah, because I
Okay,
haven't really heard of it.
no problem. Yeah, no problem. Have you heard of classes? So
Yeah,
yeah,
like
so
the
they're
different
base.
objects and stuff.
Yeah, they're basically, yeah, they're different. So that's basically a struct is basically just a class. Just you see how in a class you can also just have a bunch of code. You can have functions and everything. For struct, it's usually just the variables and the initializer. And so you create a struct because then later on you can just constantly reuse this. It's the same as a class, yeah. So later on, let's say I want to create a user, right? It's basically the same. So and so see how we can basically create a user with all the data already established. Excuse me. So let's see. Yeah, so after you create the struct, just list encodable and decodable. This you don't need to worry about it. It's just later on, you're definitely going to use a backend to store all of your data. So just keep this here. But what you just need to know is inside a struct, just list every variable you need. So, like I did, so I just gave you 3. You can do as many as you want. And then to initialize it, just let Swift autocomplete it for you. So just, I guess, do you know what you want, what data you need to save for just the user?
Uh,
Like just random things you plan on storing.
Maybe like name, age, email, uh, gender, date of, wait, no, that's age.
Oh yeah, no, date of birth works.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, so you got it. So basically, just later when you think of more, just keep adding to here, and when you're done, type in it, and usually the second option below will autocomplete what you need. Otherwise, you can just manually add. So let's say another thing we could do is, let's see,
IP maybe.
IP. Oh yes, yes.
Okay.
And so we can just add here at the end. So just copy this structure whenever you need. It's pretty simple. That's all you need. And of course, you can create multiple structures for different things. So like, let's see what we can create one for. We can pretend this is a separate thing. We'll do struct session stats. right? So if we were doing a session stats, which I'm looking at here, so we would just save these three pieces of data. So we can do, and it's always string question mark because a question mark means you're not sure if it has data. Because when you're pulling from a backend, you can never guarantee that there's going to be data you find. That's why I use a question mark. And so accuracy. And since now we have all three, so we just type in it and then Swift autocomplete this. So that's all you need for a struct. Do you get it, or you still need a little more understand? What do you don't get for now?
Like why to use it?
Okay, yeah. So we use this because like this is just one user. So it's
Yeah.
easier to store a list of these things because let's do this. Let me show you.
And also this is the key of object-oriented programming, right? OOP. So it also plays an important role at APCSA. So all of these, the struct and the class, is considered to be a blueprint. So therefore, you can reuse this blueprint to create other stuff. So this is basically the academic way to explain this. And what Mark is doing now is, yes, exactly display the practical perspective, right, Mark?
Yes.
Yeah. It's like you're creating a robot. So you create the blueprint, and later on you just let the factory to keep copying that, right? So this is exactly the idea. And it also plays an important role at APCSA. That simply means if you are taking APCSA in the future, this will be in the contest. I guess, Mark, you remember this, right? In the APCSA, right?
Yeah, just except they use classes.
Yes, good.
It's
All
literally
right.
the same. I think structs is just, I guess the name helps you know that it's like you're using this specifically for an object.
Exactly. So appears in C language, class appears in C++. So literally speaking, they're the same, but yes, there's a little difference, but yeah, the same, yes.
Uh, I messed something up. Oh wait, I deleted it. Oops. Okay. So this is temporary. In the future, when you do backend coding, all of this stuff will automatically be loaded into like a bigger array that'll contain every user's data. And so this is really useful because let's say you want to like in the app, let's say if you tapped on this button, it would like change the age of one of the users. So let's see, pause. Oh, yeah, I haven't added any functions. I hope you know that you can, these buttons don't have any actions right now, but you do it with add target. Let me redo some of the stuff really quickly. So let's say we press the pause. If we press this pause button, it would change. It would increase someone's age, or not, or it'll just change it to something else, right? So I'll just do a random thing again. So if you press pause, oops, what's wrong? What? Oh. Okay. Yeah. So and then we can access the array and just index, let's say it changed the very first user. And now we can access all of its data. So you see name, IP, gender, email. So we do that. Or let's do age. Yeah. So it's just, oh my gosh. Ah. So basically, when you see how if we had every user's data stored like individually, then this is just one user. And when you have a lot of data like this, you can kind of see how like even one user will look like a whole block of text. So that's why we store it as an array that contains everyone's data, and each of these have like their own like data inside them as well. And so yeah, it's just easier to reference each thing. So even I think we can even do see how we can just go to user one and just access all of his stuff here as well. It's just a lot faster than I guess the alternative to storing variables separately. Do you get that, or can you like specify which part you need me to explain deeper?
I mean, I think I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
It's just to like store
Yeah.
the users.
Yeah. Struct is only to handle data.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when would you like, how would you like use it? Use the data? Like, is it just for login pages or?
I guess for your app, yeah, login page, it'll be for logging in. So yeah, a good thing would be to store their password as well. But on top of logging in, like when you open the app, it has all of these data already preloaded, and these are bound to change and they're user specific. So you would probably store everything you need. And basically, this data is not only for just you, but also just to update the UI according to their personal data.
Okay.
Yeah. Just whatever you can think, because these are strings, so you can just plug them into like any of these things. So, oh yeah, so we can do that. So let's say we go back to that press pause. So pressing pause. And so when you press the button, then we can just do the title equal to, this is all just completely random. This is not relevant. I'm just showing you that you can use this to update UI. Dot name. And so if I press pause, see, it turns to John. So yeah, that's basically it. I can send you this code right now if you want, and you can just review. Let me know if do you still need me to go over anything for the stuff or animating?
Can you send it? I wanna
Yeah.
try it maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want the whole project again? Because I'm sure I'll send you like the whole thing. Sure.
Yeah.
Let me just
Then
put in
do I
what's new.
just open it and then it'll like all like do it by itself or
When you open the project, it'll have everything. But
okay.
I heard you worked on your copy for a while, right?
Yeah. But
So I
it's
think,
not like the same. Yeah.
yeah, it's not the same. So I'll just send you like, maybe I'll send you stuff you can paste in. So
Okay.
it's not as, yeah, not as difficult to. Or here, I'll put everything inside. You see these dashed lines. So this is everything that's new. I'll put them here and I'll mark
Yeah.
anything that's
Okay.
new.
I don't have everything up to that point.
No worries, no worries. I'll send you the whole thing again, but I'll mark stuff so you know what's new.
Just all like the structure stuff, right?
Yeah, structure, the timer, and the animation.
Yeah.
I think yeah, this isn't too bad to go. Okay, I'll send it to you right now. Give me a second. Oh, there's an error I need to fix.
Do you still have my email?
Could you read it out for me one more time?
I'll put it in the chat so that
Yeah, sure.
you can copy and paste it.
Unless I, oh, is it this one? 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Okay. I found a glitch. It looks like. Sorry. I accidentally deleted this. I'll make you slight notes just so it's slightly easier for you.
What? Repeat
Uh,
that.
Uh, no, I think I trust you. Just let me know if you have any questions with the code. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Okay.
Let me know if you received it. Got it.
Yeah.
So you can look over that whenever and just let me know if you have any questions.
Yeah, I'm running it right now. Um,
Yeah, I think I messed up the min x these four lines, so I'd highly advise you to look over those, double check the values because I think I put the wrong numbers for a lot of them. Yeah, just instead of
Which line is it?
162, I believe. It's the animate movement function.
Oh yeah, okay. And then
So you see how I used min x, max y, max y.
yeah,
Yeah, you might
you have to
change. I
switch
think
those.
yeah, switch them to which I think the max should at least be max x.
So is it min x, min y, max y?
Yeah, and then
Okay.
so with those max values, you're implying that the member we're setting the origin to these bounds. So that means this is implying the maximum y. That would be where it's possible to start at. So you would subtract 350 from the max values.
Okay.
Yeah. If that doesn't work, just keep experimenting with numbers. That's what I did.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It's still not correct. Maybe we don't. Yeah, I'm running some issues too, so it's just good to experiment with numbers.
Oh, the circle disappeared.
Oh, it disappeared?
It it just it like walked away.
Oh, okay. Um, what?
I think we need to modify the coordinate, the boundary, right? The boundary must
Yeah.
be the actual bounds of the frame. So yeah,
Oh yeah,
you
we
probably
could.
need to use change that into bounds, therefore can solve the problem. Or you
Oh, that'll change it a bit. We can do, yeah, we can do. Wait, why is it label background? I had the wrong thing entirely. It should be big frame. Okay, I don't know why I put label background, but that should be big frame, not label background. For
Okay.
the, yeah, that's one thing for sure. Let's do this. Oh wait, no. Uh, oh, So this is an alternative you could do. Let me see if it works. I know it's time's up already, so I just want to quickly run this. I guess not. Why is it? Why is that happening?
And what's the difference between the big frame thing and the
They're just different elements. I don't know what I forgot what label background is, but that shouldn't be the frame that we're basing it on, unless I have it mixed up.
well, hmm, I don't
That
think
might be.
I don't think it's supposed to be the label because the label's the thing in the middle, I think.
Yeah, it definitely shouldn't be the label. So I probably
Yeah.
had some stuff going on. This should be big frame. You should be basing it on the coordinates of big frame. That's all I'll say. And it just
Okay.
mess with the numbers from there on. But I think
Okay.
we end at 11, right? So Alex, the other one. Are we done? Or
All right, that sounds good. Okay, so lots of research and development today, which is good. So Luna, I'll be uploading this video, and Alex, I want you to go over this. All right, and then currently, Alex, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, and making sure you go over this video and
Okay.
finish your homework. All right. Okay,
Okay.
there we go. All right, then good job, everybody. So I'll be seeing you guys next time. Okay, bye.
like
Okay. See ya.
wait, where's the disconnect?
This,
I'll
yeah.
stop share.
All right, bye.
All right.
Okay.